Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. What a run we had yesterday. Let's see if we can keep up that momentum here going on into the weekend. Hope your Saturday is going off to a great start. Thank you all very much for all the support this week. It's been a great week. Let's end it on a high note here. But first off, here's your meme of the day brought to you. This is the first time we've ever had a self-owning, by the way. Brought to you by Not Who You Think Maybe on this Invicta subreddit. Tyler Thread was memeing my own meme. Now this is a meme continuation. You guys and gals on YouTube did not see the original one. But this one was, again, posted by the same person who did that one. In the side of the thread, they said, I misspelled, got called out, and this is my recovery. The original post was here. So basically what happened is that Not Who You Think Maybe posted a meme, a screenshot on the Invicta subreddit titled, I am reverse Sinvita, which I said, I replied, and it was just basically just straight to the final boss in Void with like 2 rooms and something like that. So it's a reverse Invicta, but they typed out reverse Sinvita out there because they forgot the C. And then I said inside of that thread, I basically said, I'm sure Sinvita will be very, very shocked, which then Not Who You Think Maybe posted that redemption post. So thank you very much on that one. And congrats, it's been redeemed because I do indeed, I would play the heck out of the Sinvita. C-Day is going to be Julia, Quebec, Golf, Zulu 7, X-Ray 1. This is Whitewater Butterbean, and we're starting out once again on another XL floor, dude. I don't know. The executable has been reset since the last episode was recorded yesterday. So yeah, it's gonna be one of them type of runs again, I guess, game. But we had for all the belly aching that we go through with XL floors, we do have at least. We did have at least a fun time yesterday with a very powerful run. This time around, we are not having a good time. Although I will say that our starting stats are still pretty good. Very similar to yesterday where we started off with the Ouija board here. This time around, obviously, we don't have Ouija board. We've got spilled milk. But if we do take damage in a room, we are able to get a tiers upgrade on that, which is really nice. But our base level of tiers, 3.03, is pretty dang nice. You're telling me the secret room ain't there? Guess it ain't there. Okay. You can use Wait What to actually access into the secret rooms and break stuff like pots and mushrooms and skulls. Wow, we went straight to the boss. Now, of course, unlike yesterday as well, we do not have any mapping. And we also don't have a way of creating soul hearts for ourselves, so that could potentially be a big problem. Yeah, so Wait What is going to do that fissure attack, and then you can use it to destroy enemies and that sort of thing. There's the secret room. And I may bomb the Rotten Beggar, maybe not. Obviously, we took red heart damage already, so funny game. Welcome back, Gimpy, I guess. And let's go into the other item room, which should be around here. There's no reason for us to use a bomb at this point. I mean, none. If we use a bomb, it's going to be out of pure laziness, and I'm lazy, but I ain't that lazy. We have 8 bombs now, thankfully, and that is a big deal. So if you're wondering what I was doing there, I was going to go in and use Wait What, but I wanted to do it in the middle of that group of horse, but we didn't have a full charge. Okay, well, we can at least get a treasure. We at least get a treasure map here. By the way, that blind item was given to us by the broken glasses. Dumpy, what's up, little Dumpy? There was this Dumpy who saved us from some damage on the basement level 2. Would love to have gotten a soul heart in there, but yeah, with this low level, with this low amount of chance for a double deal, even at 46%, we're going to have to blow up that Rotten Beggar, which we can now because we obviously have plenty of bombs to do so. We use the bombs offensively here. Even though our base damage is quite adequate, I'd rather just be safe. We do get an HP upgrade, which also heals us, and then this is going to take us to about 60% or 81%, excuse me. And we do get a Rotten Heart, which does actually act like a soul heart in a way. So yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna wait on picking it up though because I want to destroy the. Can't be bothered to ask. Can't be bothered to wait. Okay, so at least we have a soul heart protection, sort of, against this next boss. I'm going to wait for Wait What to recharge here, and then we're going to go absolutely destroy Dukefly. So we have an 81% chance for a deal with the devil here. It's a great save by Dumpy. It's one bomb should rule them all. There we go. Get a movement speed upgrade. We definitely needed. We get Maw of the Void again, which I am 100% going to take. Ocular Rift surprisingly doesn't do anything for the Leviathan transformation. You would think that it did, but it just doesn't. Maybe we'll get another XL floor. We go on to last week's question of the episode. This is from the How to Play the Binding of Isaac episode, which I did title to try to grab the tutorial algorithm a little bit, you know, but the information contained inside of that episode was very informative for people who are just looking out to try the game for the first time, or for people looking to up their game, which is like such a overused. You know what up your game reminds me of whenever I hear that expression? It reminds me of that documentary from, well, it's 2018, maybe 19 or 20. No, it had to have been at least 2020. The Fire Festival documentary on Netflix. I mean, I saw the one on Hulu as well, but they're both equally terrible. It's all marketing buzzwords, man. Anyway. So yeah, it came from that episode, and this one was submitted here by Crispy V1. Title of the comment was, why don't you skip the first floor, the first item room, to obtain an almost guaranteed chance to have a planetarium later in the run? Chances for a better item is higher in the planetarium than the item room. I strongly disagree with that entire sentiment. Don't skip your first item room in hopes that you might get a planetarium for the rest of the run. That's basically saying, hey, why don't you not worry about taking this item because you might get a good devil deal, or I'll do you one better. Why don't you skip the devil deal and hope for a good angel deal possibly later on in the run? Don't do that. 8.5 we get skipped, which I would have much rather had instead of Mom's Wig. But the premise here is what Crispy is trying to say is because they believe that the planetarium is worth skipping an item room for, which it's not. There are very few items in the planetarium item pool that I would say I would rather trade a chance for a very strong base item over just taking this pretty good planetarium item. The only items, in my opinion, this is my opinion, that would be worth trading an item room out for a planetarium item would be Terra, obviously, Uranus, Mercurius, and that's it. I mean, Neptunus is okay. Like, it's not the worst thing of all time. Venus is also pretty good. I mean, like, there are good planetarium items out there, but they are not, I repeat, they are not worth skipping at least the first floor item. Okay, now so you might be asking, well, what's the strategy here? What would you do? First off, I would not skip the first floor item room unless if it's Curse the Blind. This is the only caveat in this whole entire spiel here. If you're facing Curse the Blind on floor 1, then sure, there's no reason for you to go inside of the item room, because obviously as soon as you do that, you give up a strong chance. You give up any chance of actually taking a planetarium item, because you're not going to spawn one. At least it's a very low percentage chance to do so. So that is the only real. I really want Rotten Baby. What I'm doing here, by the way, is it's the double deal item skip, so you can pick up something like a card or a trinket or anything and walk over the item without you actually taking the item. We get Goathead now, which is going to increase our double deal chance up to 100. No longer have to worry about Red Heart upgrades. Taking Red Heart damage anyway. But that's what I would say would be the only... I don't know why I used the bomb for that. That would be the only caveat in that. If you do have a Curse of the Blind on floor 1, then sure. That's the only acceptable, in my mind, at least the way that I play, way for me to logically skip the first floor item room with the intent of getting a planetarium later on in the run. Now, if the planetarium item pool was better, like if all the items were good, then that would we would be singing a different tune here. If there were like significant like all stats up or something like that in the pool, then absolutely you may want to consider that. And Birthright would be amazing here. We need 6 cents. But there are some people who just really love planetarium items. And look, I ain't gonna hate you for it. I'll say it, I've said it many times before, and I'll keep on saying it. I'll never hate you for not liking something that I like, and vice versa. All right? You're perfectly willing and free to like whatever item you want in this game or any game, and that's an okay answer. That's an absolutely acceptable answer. I tell people you may think it's dumb to not like this, the fact that I don't like this item, or that I don't like School Bag, for example. That one's always a point of contention with a lot of people. But you worry about you, let me do me, okay? That's the attitude that I treat those kind of opinions on, because you know there are lots of people who get irrational about not liking certain items in the Binding of Isaac, and those are the ones that you have to just kind of brush off and be like, yeah, okay, well, so you're not somebody that I can have a good conversation with. If you believe that my opinion of an item is incorrect, then you know what, I don't want to talk to you. So have any opinion that you want. Just because I don't like planetarium items, or I don't at least value them as high as some other people, doesn't mean that my opinion is invalid. And the same thing goes for you all. You might like planetariums. I'm not going to treat you any differently. Big time HP and movement speed upgrade here with Abba Dabba Ding Dong. Also gives us our second Leviathan item, by the way. So it may have taken a few days, but we might actually have flying soon. I believe the term that Jenna taught me was "don't yuck someone else's yum" or something. I don't know. It's a weird saying. I didn't say it was a good saying, but that's a saying I was taught. Don't be a jerk. That's all you gotta do. Just let people have their own opinions. It's all right. You'll be fine. There's gonna be people that disagree with you. There's a whole slew of people that disagree with me, and that's fine. The world would be a very boring place if everyone just agreed with what I said all the time. I wouldn't want to live in that world. Another movement speed upgrade, another range upgrade. It is Curse of the Unknown here, but we just got done getting Abba Dabba Ding Dong. We could actually turn into Black Judas if we wanted to, but let's go see how much HP we have first. Another Curse of Darkness here. We do have enough HP to at least get one more Devil Deal. The object here will be to turn into Black Judas while taking a Devil Deal. And with us having Goat Head, this is going to be a very easy mission to solve. Now, the one way that we don't do that is if we end up losing a lot of HP or somehow, some way die and turn into Black Judas before taking a Devil Deal, then our options change a little bit. I would like to turn into Black Judas, though, just because of the amount of damage that we would be getting in terms of an upgrade. But, you know, going back to the whole discussion, it's... I've told people, you know, I even said it, I think, a couple of days ago. Like, look, play the game how you want, man. It's your game. You are perfectly permitted to do anything that you want in the game. In order to find your enjoyment. You paid for the game, probably. You probably paid for the game, and it's your right to enjoy it, however, in whatever form you want. You want to use the console to spawn stuff in, go for it. You want to make the unlocks easier, you just want to download a save file, go for it. Which, by the way, now that I mentioned that, more than a few people, so many active items, man. More than a few people asked when they were watching that racing VOD that I posted last week from the stream. It was from the Twitch stream. Someone was asking, you know, how did you get 10 million? Not me, but they're asking how did someone get 10 million Eden tokens? It's because we have a tutorial that is in the Mosh Pit Discord, showing you all how to download a Dead God file, save file, because that's going to be required for the Mosh Pit Racing League, aka the Mosh Pit League. Because I want everyone operating off of the same even playing field. Now I do not know if it's possible. It probably is not to do this on console or mobile or any other version of the game. I strongly recommend only using the PC client for races, just because it's just going to be easier. I want to turn to Black Judas, man. I want that sweet damage upgrade for Maw of the Void and everything. Okay, I'm gonna save meat, and yeah, take Sanguine Bond. There we go, and now we also get the Dark Judas Book of Belial passive, which is it acts like the Book of Virtues, except it's Book of Belial, and we can use it with our active item now every single time. By the way, that's not base Dark Judas, by the way. That is the birthright effect of Dark Judas, where that effect comes from. Golden key is nice. Yeah, just play. Like, there's so many people who get hung up on how other people play this game and other games too. It's like, just relax, all right? Let people enjoy the game how they want. If they want to load a bunch of mods, a bunch of cosmetic mods, or the mods that just make the game easier, it's okay to do that, right? You don't have to play vanilla on everything to just because of some weird arbitrary rule that nobody has the right to tell you these are the rules of the game. And just have fun, man. It's a game. It's literally a game. That's the thing that not even the Isaac community, but just in general the gaming community gets hung up on. You see this a lot in TCGs too. It's just any community gets toxic after a certain amount of time, because there's going to be purists who say, oh, you got to play the game this way, otherwise it's not valid, or no, you can't do this, or blah 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 blah. It's like, dude, shut up. How about you just shut up? How about you just let people play the game how you want to? No, just chill out. We're all here to play games and enjoy ourselves and have fun. We can have fun in our own way. I am gonna go fight Mom now, since we got our second Curse of the Lost here, and I don't know how long it's gonna take for us to go find the item room. You. I am going to go check the W here. We get D Bizzle, which is a top tier item for Black Judas, as long as he ends up paying out. Worm Buddy! I mean, I do want the tiers up. We should take the tiers up. Sorry, Worm Buddy. We needed the tiers up, though. God, the one-eyed Dark Judas is just... I mean, it looks metal as hell, but that is my nightmare spirit demon right there. Like, it looks like something that you would have slayed in Demon Slayer. Is that anime still going on, by the way? I don't know if it's just an anime thing or if I just keep getting unlucky with some of these shonen animes where they'll just not be around for an entire year, for like a season, and then pick up. I mean, that's the reason why I stopped watching My Hero Academia, was just because I could not stomach. I don't have the patience for waiting for a year and a half between seasons and stuff. Like, no, sorry, no, thank you. I am gonna take Dead Cat just because it's Dead Cat. You gotta take it. What the hell is our item room? Already went up here. The boss, isn't it? The shop. Compost. We have Mom's wig. Not using Butterbean anymore. Okay, compost. You get it. You get a chance here. You get a chance now. With Butterbean, you guys weren't seeing the damage buff from that passive I was talking about, but with compost, because it does have more than one charge to it, you are able to see it now. That's the reason why our damage went up so much, and it's a very powerful birthright that Dark Judas has. Okay, so we know we need to go to the west here. We do have to be careful for now, because it's one hit KOs currently. But I'm hoping that D-Bizzle is just going... I'm hoping that D-Bizzle is just going to be able to give us a bunch of hearts, and then that's going to be it. I guess technically it could be to the north. It actually is probably to the north here. Okay, we got a reverse chariot card from D-Bizzle, which is not going to help us out. There should be a soul heart out of here, though. There is. We might even get a second one. Okay, you're kind of bumming me out here, D-Bizzle. No pun intended, but you kind of bummed me out. Look at that increased damage going up to 17 whenever we use compost. Excuse me. I had some oatmeal and boiled eggs for breakfast. It's not healthy oatmeal either. It's the Quaker Oat instant apples and cinnamon Insta oatmeal. Which, hey, you can knock my diet choices for that all you want. I don't care. That stuff's delicious. It's delicious. It's one of my favorite things to eat, just to feel healthy, even though I know it's got a bunch of sugar in it. But man, do I love me some boiled eggs, dude. Like, eggs are... You're gonna do this to me, game? Okay, hang on now. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna take up his call. It's gonna kill us. Yeah, we did use a dead cat, but now we have 2 extra soul. So we essentially did nothing there. We just gained a second guppy item. Eggs are one of my favorite foods. Just a boiled egg, hard boiled egg with salt, and I'm happy. It's seriously one of my favorite things to make for breakfast. I'll eat like 3 or 4 depending on how hungry I am. 3 or 4 boiled eggs, and put a little bit of salt on there. Not too much, obviously, but put a little bit of salt just to give it. Ooh, that's good. Well, you did great, Compost, and thank you for your efforts and all your contributions to this team. But your efforts are no longer needed in this organization. Thank you. Got Mega Dark Judas, who for some reason doesn't have any eyes. He's just one big silhouette. I'm not sure how I feel about that. If we hurry, we can go fight Old Hushy. We shouldn't go fight Old Hushy. Very weird pause there. Get into the curse room, get out for free if we hurry. The delay on the door caused us to not be able to get out. Yeah, egg is what I consider one of those just like perfect superfood. I am just a big fan of eggs. And again, this is the world that we live in, but I have to say that I'm not giving nutritional advice or devices. I'm just giving you my personal opinion on my favorite things to eat. Right? So any medical claims that I make are not official claims. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a qualified licensed nutritionist and or dietitian. Look, I hate having to do. It's somebody in one of the. I don't know what's going on over there. Somebody in the comments a few days ago asked, you know, how do you manage to stay relevant in this sort of corporate new age of YouTube where it's no longer about you, it's about corporations and advertising guidelines and blah blah blah. How do you stay relevant? And I stay relevant because of you all. Because there's not really much different that I do now than I was 10 years ago, you know? Or hell, even 14 years ago. My routine has not really changed a whole lot. It's just the way that the world works on YouTube has drastically changed. And you know, I don't like having to worry about saying like, well, you got to make sure if you say this, you can't do that without being blah, blah, you know, FTC guidelines and all this stuff and censorship and everything. But I will say that, to my credit, and this is just me patting myself on the back here, dude, Satan, chill the hell out, brother. What is your problem? I will say that, to my credit, it's a little bit of back patting going on here, but to my credit, I knew that this type of world was coming on YouTube. It was we just got taken to void because I was trying to get in the chest, but we're big enough to where we didn't fit in the chest, but we were in the suction. We were in the suction zone of the void portal. So now we have a situation on our hands. So we need to find where Delirium is and then get the hell out of there and try to get as much HP as we can before we go fight him. This was not planned at all. I mean, none of these runs are planned. Brother, what am I doing here? None of these runs are planned in advance, obviously, because everything's just it's up to the seed. But this was not something that I wanted to go into. So anyway, continuing where we left off before that event happened. To me, the writing was on the wall many years ago that eventually we were going to get to the point where YouTube is going to become mainstream enough to be regulated like TV. And that is why I made the decision a long time ago, even before I started really making videos. I said, okay, I'm not going to go in guns a-blazing with foul-mouthed stuff or saying outlandish, possibly offensive things. I got to put a handle on stuff because I enjoy that type of humor amongst friends and everything. But that is not how that is not a smart business decision, and it's also not professional. Keep forgetting I have the ladder. So I made that choice over 10 years ago to make sure, you know, I keep everything clean on YouTube. Yes, I do kind of let loose on Twitch a little bit more often just because it's more relaxed and less formal over there. There's also less guidelines that I have to worry about in terms of content and stuff. So the Twitch streams are more geared towards like I would say an R rating, whereas the YouTube videos are like PG at worst, I would say. The cage here. And as far as staying relevant is concerned, Sharp Plug might actually be huge with Mega Mush. But does Sharp Plug give you a full charge for Mega Mush? Let's have the Ace of Hearts here. I don't think this is Delirium. Oh, crap. Oh. Guess we're going to find out. Oh, we can use Maul. We can use Maul the Void as Mega Isaac. The game is picking every single form of Delirium that is invincible to contact damage right now. Remember, we do not have the Polaroid. Dumpy. I mean, I would prefer just to do this now and not have to come back and do the entire void over. Great block by Dumpy. Hey, we did it. Okay, before we enter the chest, that was not the ending that I was expecting for this episode. Before we enter the chest, I want to see if Sharp Plug gives us a full charge for Mega Mush. No, not even close. Okay, that's what I figured, but that was an unexpected butt-clenching ending there. But either way, I'll take it. So thank you for watching, everybody. As a word of caution, be careful with Mega Mush around a Delirium portal, because apparently it will suck you in when you're just trying to get into the chest instead. So, but we end up getting a dub out of there. And thanks to Juice's Shadow, especially Juice's Shadow, for making that possible. D-Bizzle did okay as well, I guess. But the Mega Mush pickup obviously was the biggest one. So if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below. Have a great Saturday, Mosh Pit, and thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for keeping me relevant. Thank you for supporting what I do. You know, I greatly appreciate it, and I can't thank you enough. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Langwart, Taz Bryant, and Sean Cooper. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find by clicking the link down below or by going to patreon.com/Invicta.